Hi, Taurus. Are you ready to hear the messages and predictions my spirit guides have for you for this month of April 2026? I'm Pam, the Lucky Mermaid, psychic, seer, and modern mystic, bringing you psychic predictions and messages from my spirit guides for April 2026. Please be sure to watch your sun sign, your rising sign, and your moon sign to get a more clear and complete picture of what's to come for you in April and perhaps beyond, because timing will be different for all of you in these general readings. And remember, sometimes your rising sign and your moon sign will resonate more for you than your sun sign. And if you're born on the cusp of your sign, some months your psychic predictions and messages are there, so you may want to check them out. So, all that being said, Taurus, now on to your April 2026 Psychic Tarot reading. First card you have, Taurus, is the Four of Swords, which is a pause, a resting phase, a meditative state, a recuperation from an illness. It could also indicate prayer. You may feel like you have to do things differently in April, and it could be draining and tiring you out. Whenever we make changes, sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes it can be very tiring. You may be thinking about making certain adjustments and additions to foods you eat or any kind of herbs, vitamins, minerals, any kind of cleanses, because I get you thinking of additions. So you may be incorporating certain foods or vitamins, minerals, cleanses into your daily diet and routines. You may be drinking or taking things that have help with collagen, protein. I get protein and collagen could be playing a part in it. You could have somebody studying you, analyzing you, reviewing you. It could be bosses. It could be like an annual review. It could be people studying you and checking you out about work, like they want to see, should you get a promotion or not? This could also be medically, if you have some kind of medical condition or issue. If you hadn't been well, I feel like you are going to start to feel well and feel better towards the end of the month, the last 2 weeks especially. Some of you could find out that you have to take some kind of class or course of study or training. And this could be job related. Maybe your job is like, hey, we got this new thing that's going to happen here. But if you don't know how to do it, or any employees that don't understand it or know how to do it, are going to have to take this kind of special education or training. Your spirituality may really be strongly increasing in April, and you could be doing a lot of prayer and meditation. And it could be to strengthen that connection with the divine source, but it could also be to improve your health and well-being and spirituality, increase your spirituality. Or you could be doing this about some other people in your life or at the world at large. Maybe you're saying a lot of prayers for people that are in war-torn countries. Some of you could have knee surgery, knee replacement, or knee surgery. This could also be a month where you have to take things back. Now, that could be something you bought, and you may be like, I don't really like this, or this doesn't work right, so I have to take it back. Or you bought a gift for somebody that they really didn't like, so you may have to take it back. But it could be something you say. So be careful of what you say, because you don't want to have to take it back. So card number 2 in your reading is the Eight of Cups, and this is turning away from what's not working for you anymore, emotionally speaking. And you have the stick of power and control in your hand. So even though the journey is unknown, you're still willing to take it. You may feel like really fed up with people that have been gossiping about you or bullying you or being unkind to you or treating you unfairly. This, for some of you, is happening in a workplace. And you may be like, I'm done with these people. I'm out of here. So some of you could be leaving a job. Some of you may be leaving also because you may find that you can make more money elsewhere or starting your own business. You may also feel like you propped up people too long emotionally. So it could be a person or it could be a group of people that you were like, maybe you were propping them up financially. Maybe you were propping them up emotionally. And you're like, if you do that too much, you end up with no energy left over for yourself. You could also be making a lot of donations this month. This could be like if you know any homeless shelters or abused women's shelters or anything like that, or veterans, you could be dropping off donations. It could be stuff, clothes, items, but it could also be money. You may be taking a loan out for something that you need to pay someone or something back. So maybe it's paying down debts. You may feel like situations have changed and that someone isn't playing with a full deck. So maybe that's a boss or a significant other or a living situation where you're like, okay, I've been dealing with this and putting up with it, but I don't think they're playing with a full deck. There's too much emotional, it's too erratic emotionally where you are, and you need some, I don't know, I don't want to say solitude. You need stability. You need a situation that's stable and not up and down or chaotic. You're going to feel much better when the full moon is in your sign. That's what my spirit guides just said. It will be a relief for you, bring in endings so new beginnings can occur. You may feel like some situation you've been in has been detrimental and warping your emotions. So either being with somebody that's crazy or acting crazy or I don't know, or chaotic situations or people that have been bullying or unappreciative of you, it's really affected your emotions. It's been too much, too chaotic, too draining to your emotions. So you're going to leave whatever that situation is. It could be a living situation, could be a job. So the next card in your reading, Taurus, is the Empress. And this is a card that symbolizes a maternal figure that's either living or deceased, that's watching over you, guiding you, maybe even protecting you. This could be a maternal figure in the living, a mother, a grandmother, a great-grandmother, or someone like a figure to you. So they could either be living or deceased. You could be the Empress. The Empress is a card of creation. It's also a card that symbolizes the birth of something. Could be a business, project, plan, or an idea, or a birth of a child. You could receive nomination or news that you win something. Maybe you win a promotion, or maybe you got elected head of the school board or town council, or, I don't know, but win a nomination and be elected for something, winning something, all comes up here. You could have a great respect for Mother Nature, and some of you could be spending a lot of time outside, camping or doing yard work, planting plants and seeds and doing yard work, spending time outside, spending time in nature, camping, hiking, whatever you enjoy. You make a big deal and a big difference in other people's lives, and you could embark on a career that involves caretaking, nursing, home health care, anything, doctor, anything that has to do with caring for others. Acupuncture, acupressure, therapeutic massage, Reiki healer, nursing, doctor, naturopath, all of those things. If you don't do any of that now, you may start to do that or get involved in those areas. I do feel like you genuinely care about people. I get a lot of therapeutic nature around you and you wanting to help other people in regard to their health and well-being. Be very ready for like brilliant ideas and insights to come to you this month where you may be like, where'd that idea come from? Like, pay attention to signs, symbols, synchronicities, your dreams. And those things, messages can come to you out of the blue. Or if you had some problem that you were dealing with, that you couldn't find a solution, or you didn't know what to do about something, bam, it could show up for you this month or in May. So before we go on to cards number 4 and 5, I just want to jump in here and let you know that I have some new video series you might be interested in getting. My What's Lucky and New for You in 2026 Psychic Tarot and Oracle card readings are available for each sign of the zodiac. I do the What's Lucky and New for You every year, and they are a very popular video series. You might want to get both your sun sign and your rising sign in those videos. Also, my full moon lunar eclipse in Virgo, March 3rd, 2026, affects psychic tarot, crystal, and oracle card readings for each sign of the zodiac are available. These eclipses, we had one in February where I used the same format, the one in Aquarius. I use the same format in this one, and you may want to get these because you're being affected by these eclipses 6 to 9 months or even up to a year. So you may want to check them out and get your sun sign and your rising sign in those video series, or whatever sign normally resonates with you on the readings I put on YouTube and Rumble. These videos are all available on my Vimeo on-demand videos and on my Patreon shop. Those links are posted down below, and eventually they go over to my website, theluckymermaid.com, on the videos page. Also, my psychic crystal readings for April 2026 are available. They are a continuation and an expansion of the psychic tarot readings I'm doing right now. And you may also want to get March's readings, because I've got to tell you, timing is different for all of you in these general readings. So things I've predicted in March could be happening in April or later on. Just like this April reading, these messages are going to happen. Not all of them will happen to you in April. So you may want to check out the psychic crystal readings for each sign of the zodiac. Also, my Neptune in Aries psychic tarot and oracle card readings for each sign of the zodiac are available. I was listening to an astrologer and it reminded me that I need to talk about these still, because Neptune in Aries is lasting for 14 years. It went in on October of 2025. It retrograded back into Pisces for a little bit. But as of January of this year of 2026, it will be Neptune in Aries for the next 14 years until March of 2039. These videos are very long, so you may want to check them out and see how Neptune in Aries is going to affect you. And you may want to get your sun sign and your rising sign in that video series. So now on to card number 4, Taurus, you have the Nine of Swords. And this is a card that symbolizes grieving the loss of a love relationship, like a breakup. It could also symbolize migraine headaches, or not feeling well, or worried about somebody else that's not feeling well. This can also indicate possibly nightmares or bad dreams. The other sign that got this so far is Aries. And so if you're born on the cusp of Aries and Taurus, this card could really apply to you strongly. I get for some of you, you leaving, going back to this card, or getting out of something seems to cause you some kind of trouble. You may feel like you were done with something. I go back to this card again, but it could be still hanging around or try to come back into your life. So if there's something you're trying to get over, like leaving a love relationship or leaving a career or a job, it could still be trying to linger in some way in your life. If you are trying to leave someone or some situation, you may feel like you have to change your social media name, block people, get a new address, get a new cell phone with a new cell phone number. Like, there may be a lot of things that you feel like, I can't keep this same stuff over and over again. I got to change it. Maybe you even want to change your name. You could feel like you're haunted by people. Could be spirits. You could be haunted by spirits in your house suddenly. Maybe be careful buying stuff from antique stores because sometimes there's things attached to antiques. So it could be something you bring home has some spirit attached to it. But it could be like haunted by your boss that doesn't want you to quit. Haunted by a love partner you wanted to break up with and leave, or a roommate situation that you moved out, and one of these people could still be trying to cling on or get you to stay or try to keep interacting with you. If you tried hard to give up something, drinking, smoking, drugs of any kind, gambling, whatever, you may have a backslide into it. So if you were, trying to give up any of those things, it may be incredibly difficult for you to give them up. Or maybe you did give them up, but you backpedaled and, gave into it again. But that doesn't mean to fall back into it all the way. You should get back on track and keep going if it was something you wanted to give up. You could feel very drained and a lot of tired from a lot of pressure that feels like there is being put on you by other people. Could be your family, could be a particular person, it could be multiple people. Or if you own your own business, you could feel the burden and pressure being put on you by your bills, and maybe your employees could feel that way to you. So the last card in your reading for April is the King of Pentacles. And this is an earth sign person, Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo, sun sign, rising sign, or moon sign. So this could be you, Taurus, but it could be another earth sign person in your life. You could feel like you have to have everything accounted for. Maybe you have to take, maybe you're taking inventory, or maybe you're separating and divorcing from someone and you guys need to split things up, or you're dividing an estate and you need to have everything all accounted for. Or it could have to do with taxes. Like, you have to have everything all accounted for in regard to taxes. It could be that as well. You can have a weird situation where you make money or you give money to someone or something, and they could throw that money back in your face. So I don't know, that could be literally they throw money back in your face, or they throw the comment about money you make and money you've paid for certain things, and they could throw that back at you in some way. So it could be literally or figuratively. You could have tried to help somebody out, and maybe they took offense to it or didn't appreciate it. Some of you are going to break ground on building a new property, a new home. But you could also be figuratively breaking ground on a new business. For some of you, this property could be on a high elevation. It could be up in mountains. It could, or like in a natural setting. Because I get like I see mountains, I see trees, a lot of greenery. So that could be the backdrop, or you could be in that kind of area. If you have a family member that wants to borrow money from you, for some of you, not all of you, but for some of you, you may tell them no, either because you can't do it, or you don't want to get burned by this person. You may feel like they're too unreliable, or that, they're going to take advantage of you and they're not going to pay it back, or maybe they've burned you before with money. Because I get some of you, somebody coming to you for money and you could tell them no. You may be healing from some kind of broken bones in April, or a broken bone, or issues with arteries and veins. So you could be getting some kind of treatment, medical treatment for arteries and veins in your body. So the best gemstone crystal I got for Tauruses to work with, use, and wear in the month of April 2026, you got carnelian. And carnelian brings bright, positive energy that restores enthusiasm, vitality, and motivation. Carnelian also inspires passion and creativity, and it offers clarity of purpose and helps us make positive life choices. Carnelian also restores motivation and stimulates creativity. It gives courage and it promotes positive life choices and dispels apathy and motivates for success. Carnelian is useful for overcoming abuse of any kind, and it helps in trusting yourself and your perceptions. If you want to build anything or make anything really creative, or like paint anything, sculpt anything, or make something of wonder, I feel like carnelian's going to really click into your aura and help you with all that creative flow and energy. It may make you want to stylize yourself differently. So if you were thinking of, I want to change my hairstyle or hair color or makeup, or, something about your physical body, wear carnelian, carry carnelian while this is going on, especially to help you when you have to make decisions about what it is you're going to do. It's going to be very cleansing to you, a cleansing stone, cleanse your aura, and it is going to make you feel better about yourself. So I hope this reading was of help to you, and I hope it made sense. As always, thank you so very much for watching. I do truly appreciate it. And please like, share, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell and all, and that way you'll get notified when I upload my videos here to YouTube. And if you're interested in any of the special videos I record on very specific topics, bringing you more psychic predictions and messages from my spirit guides, you can get them on my Vimeo on-demand videos and also on my Patreon. I've created a list you can read here on this slide. They are also linked below this video in the description box and on my website. Eventually, they get over on my website at theluckymermaid.com on the videos page. So I hope you all have an absolutely amazing month of April. And know that I wish you many blessings and peace.